Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Kansas City Royals rebuild here on MLB The Show 23. That is right, we return to the franchise, and it's the start of a new season. It is the start of season number 6. Can you believe it? Do you believe in magic? 6 seasons of Major League Baseball gameplay has been done on the channel so far. How many seasons did we go with the Reds last year? I don't remember. I guess I could check, but that's too difficult. I don't want to check. But we've gone 6 seasons now. Well, we are starting our 6th season here in Kansas City, and this one could be the most interesting season we've ever had. Now, last year, you might say, Juice, what are you talking about? Last year was the most interesting season. You went 103 wins. How is that not the most interesting season? Well, that's because we lost in the ALDS to the Cleveland Guardians. And then in the offseason, last episode, we had ourselves quite the interesting offseason, you could say. We didn't bring in anybody in the offseason, which is a rare thing for me. Something I don't usually do is not bring in anybody. And the reason we didn't bring anybody in is because we got no money. We're paying Juan Soto, which I fully understand is a thing that we're doing, and I'm on board with it, at least for right now. We had to re-sign Reed Detmers, and it was a very obvious re-sign because he went 18-8 with a 3.75 ERA in the regular season, and then in the postseason last year was our best pitcher by far. So it was an obvious re-sign to get Reed Detmers back. Bo Bichette, we're still paying a lot of money, but Bo Bichette is probably on his way out. Depending on how this start of the season goes, we could very, very easily be headed to a blow-up at the trade deadline. We could be trading Bo Bichette, Jordan Romano, MJ Melendez, maybe, George Kirby, Vinny Pasquantino. Like, we could be trading this entire team at the trade deadline. We could be blowing it up. We've got our world championship, so technically the rebuild is completed. It was completed 3 years ago when we won our World Series. So I guess the logical thing to do at this point would be to see how the start of the season goes. If we're not performing to the level that I want to perform, then we blow it up at the deadline. And we start from scratch, I guess, and we restart the rebuild, because it's just not going to work out with the people that we are paying all of this money to, like Bo Bichette, like Jordan Romano, who are in their 30s or over their 30s, or I guess I should say deeper into their 30s. It's just not going to be a smart thing to do to be paying these guys. So, especially when we're not going to be competing for a playoff spot. But that's all in the future. I don't know if we're going to be competing for a playoff spot or not because we haven't started the season yet. We have opening day against the Twins. We don't have a valid lineup. It is... oh, it's one position. Who is it? It's right field. Okay, we'll put Eric Morales in there. Let's start this game. We're going to rock the home uniforms. Quick counts are on. Opening day of year number 6. This is what the lineup will look like. Elly de la Cruz, Bo Bichette, Juan Soto, Vinny Pasquantino, Michael Harris, Eric Morales, Walter, MJ Melendez, and Bobby Witt. That is our lineup for Season 6. Who knows if that's going to be the lineup at the end of Season 6? I highly doubt it, but we are pretty familiar with this Twins organization. We've played them plenty of times because not only are they in the division, but we just happen to come across them through these past 5 years a lot of times. So we know pretty much who's on this team. It doesn't look like to me they've changed too much from what I can see over there on the side. But let's go try to start Season 6 off with a W, get a win on opening day. We've got our quote-unquote Cy Young Award winner ace, Roki Sasaki, taking them out on opening day against Cal Quantrill. I hope Roki Sasaki has a bounce-back year after that disappointing postseason. But if you guys go to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get opening day of season number 6 underway.
Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Minnesota Twins going up against the Kansas City Royals. Along with Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Kansas City Royals, with major expectations, they're among the favorites this season. Chris, they'd love to build on that postseason appearance from last year. Do you think it can be a springboard for them?
I do, Boog, because these guys have already got the building blocks in place, and you make the postseason, you know you've got a shot at the title. So the experience will definitely help them this time around. But it's a long season, and they're going to have to do the little things right and stay consistently on top of their game. And that's the best way to take home the Commissioner's Trophy, in my opinion.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go, and on the hill today, Roki Sasaki.
His career ERA's been under 4. What I like most about him is his reliability.
Before we get started here, I want to show you guys, you may have seen it, if we go to the, what do I want to go to? Player stats? Is this what I want to go to? Okay, so you may have seen it. A couple guys have made the big league club from the spring training. So we've got Elijah Green up here. He's back from last season. We've got Harry Ford, who we got in a trade last year at the deadline, I think. We've got Herbert Don, obviously, who was here all of last season. And then we got Quintana, who got injured, but was here last season. And then Pete Armstrong makes his official debut in the big league club. So those are the guys that have made it through the spring and have joined the big league roster. But it is time for a new era in Kansas City, as we've got the defending Cy Young winner on the mound, Roki Sasaki, looking to take this team to the promised land. But the new era I'm talking about is behind the plate. Salvador Perez has not retired yet. He has still made the team like I promised he would. He is on the big league roster, but he is not starting behind the plate, and he will not be starting behind the plate at a consistent basis. He's just too old, too much of a low overall, as that ball gets past Roki for a base hit. He's too low of an overall. MJ Melendez is just clearly the starter at this point with his high overall and his experience. So, and we don't have a better option than MJ Melendez right now, so it has to be MJ, which I'm not mad at. I know we've talked about possibly trading MJ Melendez, but I'm not mad at him taking the starting spot, at least for right now. As, oh my God, Bo Bichette with a laser beam from deep shortstop into shallow left field, you could say, to get Carlos Correa out there. That was a pretty impressive throw. But is it worth the money that we're paying him? That's the kind of caveat we have to think about with some of these expensive players. And I just saw on the bottom ticker right there, you may have seen a little bit of it. The Royals have been ranked the #1 farm system in baseball with 8 top 50 prospects. I'd say that's pretty darn spicy. Unfortunately, Bo Bichette grounds into a double play to lead the team to a 2-out inning. Now we got Juan Soto, the most expensive man in baseball, at least on our team. And that one's going to be right past the first baseman, down the right field line for a base hit. Nice little base knock for Soto. They had us projected, MLB The Show has our win total at 96. I highly doubt that we'll be at 96 wins by the end of the season, but maybe this team will surprise me. Maybe this team will surprise me and we will win more games than I think we will. I was kind of thinking we'd be on the 90 to 85 range, maybe even 80 wins, and that's being generous. I just don't think this team is as good as it has been. Certainly not as good as it was last year. We are certainly not as... That was a great hit by Will Smith, by the way. The Fresh Prince. But I don't think this team is nearly as good as we were last year, and we won 103 games last year. I think we're probably 20 to 25 games worse than we were last year. So We'll see what happens, though. Maybe the simulation will benefit me, and maybe we'll win more games than I expect, but I highly, highly doubt it. One down in the inning, Brendan Rodgers to the plate with a runner on second. He fouls off the fastball, and he's on career home run watch number 99. He is 1 home run away from 100, and he has just gotten it. Brendan Rodgers, 2-run homer over the wall in left center, and that is career home run number 100 for Mr. Brendan Rodgers. Yes, I could have gone with the Mr. Rogers reference. I denied it. Congratulations to him. I didn't want to give it up to him, trust me. But he has done it. He's taken me yard. 2-run shot, and we are getting bullied by the Minnesota Twins in the second inning. That is a double from Ronald Guzman. What has happened to the defending Cy Young winner here in the second inning? Roki Sasaki has come undone. We need him to figure it the F out. That's going to be a little pop into right field. 26 speed shouldn't be fast enough, and he's not going to try it anyway. I wouldn't think he would have. Maybe if he had more speed, maybe he would have tried it. I don't know. And now we got Seti Mullins back at the number 1 spot in the order. He's a 5-time All-Star in this series. Maybe he's trying to make it a 6th All-Star this season. Who knows? But Brendan Rodgers, career home run number 100. Somebody better get in that ball back. And he gives the Twins an early 2-0 lead here in the second inning. But we got Mr. Clutch, Mr. Baseball, Michael Harris leading off the inning, and unfortunately he doesn't start his season well as he gets himself a fly out to center field. Mullins makes the play. Eric Morales. I really want Eric Morales to take that next step. He's been very good for us. He was especially good for us in the postseason at times. But he's just not the highest of overalls, and that kind of hinders our performance. And there he is, Walter. I don't know why we're getting this little cutscene thing from him. He hasn't done anything. This is his first hit of the season. Usually you get those when they coming off of a home run, their last at bat or something. Ooh, they think that Morales is going to steal. I doubt it. He's got like 81 speed or something. Our first ever pick in this series was Walter. He's won the Rookie of the Year, and then other than that, he's not really done much. He's been a good sim player for us. He's played pretty well. Oh my God, this might be it. I've been looking for the first home run from Walter, and I've done it! Walter with a 2-run homer to tie the game. Here in the bottom of the second, I have finally done it. It's taken me 5 years. Actually, it's taken me 4 years. Because he's been up in the big leagues since, I think, 2025. Because he was drafted in the first draft in 2023. Then he had 1 season in AAA, maybe? I don't remember. It's taken me a long time, basically. That is the first ever home run that I have hit with Walter in an actual game. And it comes on opening day of year number 6. Oh, how poetic. But that, more crucially than me hitting my first home run with Walter, it is a tie ball game now here in Kansas City. How fitting that the game ties with the former Rookie of the Year, the first ever draft pick in the series, Mr. Walter. And if you're wondering why I don't say his last name, not any reason other than I don't know how to pronounce it, so I just don't say it. I don't want to keep butchering his name and saying in different pronunciations, so I just don't say it. If somebody wants to let me know, he's from South Korea, I think is his name, or his region he's from. So if somebody would like to let me know how to pronounce it, I would be glad to say his full name instead of just saying Walter. Although at this point I feel like I kind of have to just call him Walter because it's become the channel name for him. He's just Walter at this point. He's just got one name like Cher or Madonna. He's just Walter. So I feel like I kind of have to, even if I learned how to pronounce his name, I feel like I kind of just have to call him Walter. So I don't know. If you feel like letting me know how to pronounce it, maybe you guys don't know how to pronounce it either. I don't know. Oh, that could drop. That could very well drop and be another RBI. Oh, Cedric Mullins, I hate your mother. Oh, how dare you. That could have been an RBI. But Walter got the job done, tied the game, and they're going to call it in the third inning. A rain delay. I wonder how long it's going to be. Half hour? Hour? 6 hours? It's going to be a 30-minute wait for this rain to calm down. We are going to keep Roki in the game because it's the 3rd inning, even though he did allow the 2-run homer. Akil Badu will lead off here for the Twins, and he will send that into shallow left field, but the shortstop, Bo Bichette, tracks into fair territory to get that one. And Eloy Jimenez is now the main man here in Minnesota, and he will foul off the slider. He signed in 2027, which I think was this past offseason, right? And he will get a first hit of the season for him. I think because he didn't get a first hit last at bat, did he? I don't remember. Carlos Correa to the plate. He fouls off that fastball. We'll go with the slider again. Here it comes, and there it goes. Right past Correa, strike 3, and Roki's back on track. Will Smith, he did get a base hit. I remember it was a double, his first at-bat. But we will try to not let that happen again, and he will strike out. He committed too much. Could not contain his swing on the slider. And he strikes out here. We go bottom 3 with Juan Soto leading off against Cal Quantrill, the former Cleveland Guardian. 11 seasons in the big leagues for Juan Soto, a career 308. I'd say that's a pretty amazing number, but unfortunately he can't get anything going here on the leadoff. Vinny's up next. He's got a full count to him. Ooh, I'm probably going to have green light here. Green light for Vinny! And it's going to go down. Okay, so that's a little bit upsetting. 2 quick outs here. Bottom 3 for Michael Harris II. And Michael sends it to left field, but Eloy tracks it with ease. And that is a quick 3rd inning for the boys. Not great, but it's still a 2-2 ball game. Edward Olivares, former Kansas City Royal, will ground into a single there, or ground into an out. Grounds it to third base. And Brendan Rodgers hit his 100th career home run last at bat. We're going to try and not let that happen this time. I don't want him to hit 101, and he won't. He grounds to Bo Bichette short, on to first, 2nd out. Ronald Guzman has a base hit against me. He fouls off the first pitch fastball, and we'll give him a little bit of the split in action. Split that baseball right down Main Street. Strike 3, inning over. And now we got Eric Morales to lead off the bottom of the 4th. That could bloop into center field, and it will. Eric Morales with a cheeky little single. You love to see it. That's 2 for 2 for Eric, the A potential youngster. And now we got Walter. Look at that circle change. He just smoked it. Can he hit a 2nd home run? Same situation. The same runner is on first. Can he recreate the magic? Not on that pitch. Curveball way inside. He spent his entire 5-year career here in Kansas City. He's our first ever draft pick. That's an unbelievable cutter that I, for some reason, didn't swing at. Froze Walter, and he strikes out to get the first out of the inning. And they're going to pitch out? If I didn't steal in the first at-bat, why would I steal now? 2nd round pick in the 2017 draft for MJ. And MJ going to be grounding into a double play, possibly to end the inning. Oh, but he beat the throw. So it's only a fielder's choice. I guess I'm fine with that, because now that brings up Bobby Witt, the 2nd leadoff man, with a 2-2 count to his name. And Bobby Witt will force it full. His entire 7-year career has been here in Kansas City, and it will continue to be here. Because of all the people that we would possibly sell at the deadline, Bobby Witt is not one of them. He is the face of the franchise. We've given him that moniker. He is it. He's the guy people buy the tickets for. He's homegrown. He's a homegrown talent. We might as well keep him around. Joe Perez, grounder to said face of the franchise, and he makes an athletic throw to first for the first out. That's why he's it. That's why he's the face. And now we got Seti Mullins. And he sends that to deep right field, but it hooks just foul. That could have been dangerous. Doesn't go after the splitter. It's ball 3. We'll give him a little bit of a two-seamer. See if he chases it. He doesn't, but it throws him. Strike 3. Second out. Roki gets another strikeout. That's number 4 for Mr. Sasaki. Akil Baddoo, 1-1. Sends that back to the mound. Sasaki, great reactions on to first. And it's a quick top of the 5th for the Twins. We go bottom 5. De La Cruz will lead off. He's 2 for 2 today. And he trying to make it 3 for 3. I also want to see Elly De La Cruz take that next step into superstardom. He's got all the tools. He's got the speed. He's got the power. He's got the charisma. He's got the defensive stats. And he's got himself a home run here in the bottom of the 5th. Leadoff home run by Elly De La Cruz. Gives us a 3-2 lead. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That is what I'm talking about. We need Elly De La Cruz to ascend to superstardom, and it starts here on opening day. That ball just kept carrying and carrying and carrying, and eventually went over the wall, and we got ourselves a 3-2 lead. Bo Bichette can't do anything after the home run. He grounds into an out. And now it's time for Juan Soto. The man that the preseason projections had as the team leader in home runs has done not much so far on opening day, as he gets a strikeout the hard way. And now it's time for Vinny Pasquantino to step to the plate with 2 down in the inning. Cal Quantrill is getting a little bit tired, and Vinny will keep the inning alive a little bit longer. Into right center field for a base hit. Good job by Vinny. And now we got Michael Harris II. He's 0 for 2 today. Got to get off the schneid. One of the most consistent hitters we have on the team, and I just can't find my rhythm with him. It's only opening day. We'll get back into it. But we got that lead back for the first time. With Elly De La Cruz's solo shot to lead off the 5th. We go top 6, and Eloy Jimenez will lead off for the Twins. Sasaki delivers a slider, but he doesn't chase it. Good discipline from Eloy. He goes after the splitter, fouls it off. I'll give him another slider here because I don't think he's going to hold off too many times, and he doesn't. He sends it to right field. Morales underneath for the first out. I didn't think he was going to be able to hold off too many of those sliders. Carlos Correa to Elly De La Cruz, but he's got the reactions of a cat. Makes the second out. Will Smith to the plate, 1-2 count. He barely fights off the strikeout with a foul ball on the slider. Or the fastball. We'll give him a slider now. And he couldn't handle it. Strike 3. End of the 6th for the Twins. We've got Eric Morales leading off. I don't know when I should start warming people up in the bullpen as Morales gets himself a single into left field to lead off the inning. I think Roki can go 7, but I guess we'll find out. And they are going to pull Quantrill for the lefty. Who's the lefty going to be? It is going to be Andrew Chafin, or Chafin, however you want to pronounce his name. I do not care. He comes in relief of Cal Quantrill. They didn't like what they were seeing from Cal. He was getting beat up too much. And Walter up the middle, double play by Correa. Great defensive work. Carlos Correa's reaction time was unbelievable there. And it is a double play. Unfortunate. Ruins our momentum here in the bottom of the 6th. MJ, broken bat. But it will not matter. Oh, man. We haven't gotten a broken bat in a long time. That might be the first broken bat of the series, actually. I have no idea. I don't remember a broken bat recently, at least. Maybe it happened in like season 1 or 2. I certainly don't remember that. The former Royal Olivares will take a walk to lead off the top of the 7th. Brendan Rodgers, this is a dangerous situation, and he walks as well. All right, Roki, we're getting a little bit crazy here. I think it's time for a little bit of a mound visit, and we're going to go to the veteran, Jordan Romano. Sorry, Roki, but I can't have a situation where we lead by 1 and you walk the first 2 batters you see. We can't be doing that. So now we've got Ronald Guzman with runners on first and second, trying to get him out here. Come on, Romano. This is why we pay you the big bucks. He strikes out Guzman looking. And now we can focus on a double play. Joe Perez. There it is. Pasquantino to second. Bichette back to first. Double play. No, my God. Bo Bichette. He ruined the double play with an errant throw. If that comes back to bite us, Bo Bichette, you can consider yourself in the doghouse. And once you get in the doghouse, just ask Brady Singer what happens. Pack your bags, sell your house. You're not in Kansas City anymore. Oh, good heavens. By golly, Miss Molly. To the track, Michael Harris saves the game. But Bo Bichette, you're on thin ice, man. You are on the thinnest of ice. That could have gone horribly. Luckily, we were able to work out of it. Jordan Romano does a good job. And Bobby Witt will lead off the seventh, our half of the seventh, with a fly out to center field. And now it's time for Elly de la Cruz. We will warm up Camilo Duvall and Garrett Crochet. But De La Cruz is 3 for 3 with a home run. Can he add another statistic to his day? Not on that one. Check swing, ball 2. Come on, Elly. I know you got some talent in you. You're just oozing with talent. Show me what you're made of. Big base hit into center field. And we might have ourselves a little bit of a stolen base situation here. De La Cruz having himself quite the performance here on opening day. And you know what? I'm taking it. 1-1 count to Bo. Don't have to worry about a strikeout. Right down Main Street, but easy stolen base for Elly de la Cruz. Not too much to worry about there. He's having himself quite the performance. How easy was it? He was super, super safe. Let's take it. Let's follow De La Cruz. How do we zoom in again? Hold on, let me bring that back up. Oh, it's R1L1, that's right. I always forget. It's different controls for different games. De La Cruz sliding in. Oh, he was there by a mile. That's how fast Elly de la Cruz is. Having himself quite the performance. Maybe he's arrived. Maybe Elly has arrived. I've been talking about how I wanted him to arrive. This could be it. Elly de la Cruz is here. He is the main man. He is the maneth. Bada bing, bada boom. You know what? That's going to be the thummy. That's probably going to be the thummy. Let me move out a little bit. Pull it up slightly like that. Bada bing, bada boom. Let me do that. That's probably the thummy if you ask me. All right. 1-2 count to Bo Bichette. That was pretty easy hit by... I could have hit with Bo, but I mean, I didn't want to ruin the stolen base situation there for Elly. So we ride 2-2. I could try to steal third, but might be a little bit too risky. Oh, it's not going to happen, though, because Bo Bichette has gotten himself out of the doghouse. It is an RBI single, and we lead 4-2. Good job, Bo. You made up for your mistake on the last inning, although, to be fair, the mistake didn't come back to hurt us at all. But still, he's gotten himself out of the doghouse with that RBI single. It is now 4-2 with Juan Soto at the plate and a 1-2 count. Come on, Juan. Oh, that's into right field. Too much mustard on it. That goes right to Olivares in right field. That is on a line. That was a frozen rope. Right to Olivares. And now it's Vinny's turn. Vinny is 1 for 3. He had a single the last time he was up, so let's see if we can do it again. Not on that pitch. Just a bit outside. And it's a full count to Pasquantino. What can he make the situation happen here? Oh my word, sweet Mother Mary, baby Jesus, everything in the world is unholy. How did that get called strike 3? The world may never know. Certainly I will never know. That home plate umpire, better have some security when he's walking to his car in the parking lot, because I am going to meet him there with a crowbar. How in the world was that called strike 3? In our own ballpark, of all places, I might have understood more if we were in Minnesota. But the fact that we are at home on opening day, and you call that? Unbelievable. Not even baby Jesus could understand that. And he's a baby. He understands everything. 1-2 count to Eloy Jimenez. Here comes the slider. Garrett Crochet grounds him into a out. If Elly de la Cruz will end up throwing it, there we go. I don't like it when they take too much time. You never know if they're going to beat the throw, if it's going to be a bad throw. 0 for 3 for Correa. Oh my God, thank you. That could have been disgusting. Luckily it goes foul. And we've got ourselves a 1-2-3, top of the 8th. And Correa is 0 for 4. Not looking too good. They bring in Taylor Rogers. Okay. I don't like pitching or hitting against Taylor Rogers. He's pretty tough. But at this point, we are, what, 7 or 6 seasons deep? So he can't be as good as he would be if we were, like, 1 season deep. Because he's 6 years older than he would be in real life. He will ground Michael Harrison to an out, though. Brendan Rodgers on to first. And that's the first out of the inning. Morales steps up. He's 3 for 3 today. Can we make it 4 for 4? I hope so. Not on that pitch. Sinker way too high. It's 2-1. What can we do here? Don't want to bunt. Down low. Morales just hooking foul. That could have been dangerous. That could have been a big-time double. 2-2. The delivery from Rogers. It's going to be right there. It's a 4 for 4 performance for Eric Morales. The youngsters are playing really well. De La Cruz, Morales, Walter. You love to see it. The youngsters are here. And this is what we want to see. This is what we've been waiting on as Walter, great diving play from Rogers, and it's going to work out to be a double play to end the inning. Oh my word. That was the craziest double play I've ever seen in my entire existence on planet Earth. But we bring in the former multiple-time All-Star. I don't think he's ever won a reliever of the year in this series, but he's our reliever of the year. It's Camilo Doval, and he will have a single for Will Smith to lead off the top of the 9th here. Okay. Getting a little bit out of control, but that's all right. Olivares steps up. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, and he will swing and miss past the cutter. We will give him a little bit of the sinking action. Ball 3, I mean. Brendan Rodgers is up. We cannot let Brendan Rodgers have bases, have more people on base, and it won't happen. He will have at least one as Olivares strikes out. Could not handle the slider. If we could get a double play, that would be magnificent. Oh my God, Brendan Rodgers just tied the game. Go foul, go foul, go foul. Brendan Rodgers has tied the game in the top of the 9th. His second home run of the day and 101 on his career. Oh my God, Camilo Doval has blown his first save of the season on opening day. I am in complete and utter shock. Camilo Doval has just blown a save on opening day to Brendan Rodgers of all people. I'd understand if it was like Carlos Correa or Eloy Jimenez or anybody other than freaking Brendan Rodgers, who has had two-run homers here in this game. He has tied the game in the top of the 9th, and he has blown the save of Camilo Doval. I am honestly 100% totally in shock that happened. I cannot really believe that we have allowed 2 home runs to Brendan Rodgers, and now we have to go to the bottom of the 9th. Oh my God. I thought that it was just we were going to cruise past it. Roki was going to get a W, but now Roki Sasaki will start his season 0 for 0 with a no decision because of Camilo Doval. But MJ Melendez might not have to worry too much longer. An extra base hit to lead off the bottom of the 9th That is a great way to start. And we might need a little bit of speed out there on base. We got some guys. We've got some guys. Let's go to substitutions. MJ Melendez. We've got Elijah Green, 87 speed, and Pete Armstrong, 87 speed. Let's put Elijah Green out there. Elijah Green will come in to pinch run. All we need is something in the outfield by Bobby Witt, and it'll be ball game here in Kansas City. And that's going to be it. And you know what? I said anything in the outfield, I was wrong. I was wrong. That's going to be a good hit, though. It gets Elijah Green into scoring position, and they are playing heavy on the throw to home. But it's the main man, Elly de la Cruz, 4 for 4 today, and he will have himself not the game winner. Carlos Correa makes a great play there on the reaction timing, and they are going to play for possibly a double play. Come on, Bo. If you want to really get yourself out of the doghouse, hit yourself a game winner! Bo Bichette into left field. It's ball game here in Kansas City. The Royals walk it off in 9. And Bo Bichette has firmly removed himself from the doghouse. A walk-off against a division rival on opening day. You couldn't have written it any better. Although, I guess if you wanted to have Roki get a win on opening day, that would have been probably the better scenario. But he did it regardless. Elijah Green comes around to score. And we didn't really even need to replace MJ Melendez. He could have done that same thing. But you never could have known that situation. And we get a win on opening day. That's beautiful. I'm really happy we didn't have to go to extras. Because I certainly did not want to go into extra innings. De La Cruz gets the player of the game nod. 4 for 5 with a home run. Absolutely deserved it. And unfortunately, Camilo Duvall gets the win, even though he doesn't deserve it. Roki Sasaki deserves that win, but he doesn't get it because he blew the save. Camilo Duvall blew the save. So we will simulate a little bit into the month of April before we decide on our next game. And we will have our first scouting assignment. Sal Frelick has cleared waivers. Dylan Lesko's cleared waivers. Today's a Saturday assignment. I had a bunch of guys on waivers. I didn't mention it because I was kind of worried that they weren't going to clear, but they do, so that's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. And we have so many people on the AAA roster. Okay, we got to move some of these guys down. So let's move you to AA. Let's move you to AA. Let's move you to AA. I signed a bunch of free agents that don't matter because we had like nobody in the farm system. We couldn't even make trades or anything, so I had to move some people down. So that's why I have an overload of players now. We're going to move some of these guys down to AAA, or Class A, I should say. I want to keep Zapata up there. We'll move you down, Robert Rossi. We'll move you down, and there we go. Perfect. So we got our system figured out. And we can do the first scouting assignment of the season. We have 2 first-round picks. How do we have 2 first-round picks this year? Oh, it's a compensatory pick. That's what it is. Okay, so we have pick 25 and pick 35. So we might be able to find some pretty good studs if we just move a little bit further down the board. So we've got ourselves a couple of pretty good players. And you know what? I'm actually going to scout the first overall pick, or projected first overall pick, because we never know how good the first overall pick is. So I'm actually going to scout him this time, just to see. And we couldn't sweep the Twins, unfortunate, but we have a 4-game set against the Blue Jays. All right. And we take 3 of 4 against them. Frank Reyes, fractured forearm, injured. How are we looking on injuries, by the way? We have Matt Foster, who's out with a head contusion, and then Frank Reyes, who just got hurt. Okay. So we've got ourselves a Giants series away from home, and then the same thing with the Rangers. I kind of want to play in the Giants stadium. I do like their ballpark. And we might be able to play with our youngster. Let's do that. 2 big wins. We'll do the scouting assignment right before we leave, but we're not going to have to do anything. Ooh, the first pick is not good. Harold Cozart, very interesting. He's not first pick material, that's for sure. We will play this game next episode. We are 7-2, leading the division early on in April. but we will see the technical debut of Yoenis Armstrong in the big leagues. He had his first game against the Blue Jays, but he lost it. But that's okay. That was his real debut. This is his official on-camera debut against the Giants next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. It's quite the crazy one. A walk-off on opening day in the bottom of the 9th by Bo Bichette. Very crazy. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.